Today's message is for somebody finding it hard to leave a toxic relationship. You know this relationship is tearing you down in the worst way possible, but finding the courage to leave is where the problem is. It's the Lady in Yellow here, bringing you another prophetic word from God. Yesterday, I felt this strongly in my spirit. God was inspiring me to speak to you about how I was able to leave a toxic relationship so that you will be able to do so as well. A while back, I was in a relationship where I wasn't treated right. Quite frankly, I wasn't treated in a good way. And it took me a long time to realize that it didn't matter what I did. It wasn't even about what I did. It was about the fact that the relationship was plain and simply toxic. It didn't matter whether I bent myself, whether I tweaked myself just to fit into what that relationship seemed to need. That was not the point. The relationship was toxic. And I am grateful to God that He made me see, He gave me the strength to see that I was not the problem. And He gave me the strength again to walk away from that relationship. But it was a process. It took a while. It took a while of God constantly pointing things out to me before I was able to walk away. Now I am going to tell you the things that I did that strengthened me to walk away. The first thing I did was I got into prayer. I got into prayer. There's a particular chapter in the Quran that God specifically pointed out to me to read in that period. And that chapter, the name of the chapter is Al-Azab, chapter 33 in the Quran. The whole chapter, it is 73 verses long, if I am correct. I'm going to put a screenshot so you can also see it. But during that period, God gave it to me to read, to ponder upon. And that chapter really showed me that God does not want us to be in a situation that is below what we need, below the thing that we need to thrive. He pointed that out to me. And in that period, I was really heavy on reading that chapter of the Quran, and that was what I would say pushed me to the point where I began to have the strength to walk away. God kept on showing me instances, putting situations in my way so that I can see that this is what I'm telling you about this person. This is what I'm telling you about this relationship, you know. And the reason why I was able to see really clearly was also because of the prayers that He gave me to do. Now, the second thing that I did, I have it written down here so that I can really make it clear as possible. The second thing I did was that I found out the reason why I was holding on to that relationship. So, a lot of the time, people get into relationships that reflect where their pain lies. And for me, that relationship, there was like a trauma grip that held me onto that relationship. I was holding on because of that. And when I finally realized that the reason why I held on was because um I was appreciative of somebody. I was appreciative of this person, so much so that even though this person was hurting me and treating me badly, I did not pick myself over the fact that I was appreciative of this person. So this person was there for me at some really tough time in my life, and I really appreciate this person because I'm the type of person that is appreciative. But when it came down to the times where I was being treated badly, I kept putting forward that no, this person was actually there for me at this time in my life. This person actually supported me. I should hold on to this because this person has shown me that they can be good. But the truth is that this person can be good, but this person was hurting me. And this person was tearing me down and bringing out the worst side of me. And that is bad for me. So I learned that I needed to love myself enough to let go of the fact that I appreciate this person. Yes, this person knew that I appreciated him, but I had to love myself enough. And that's the second thing that I did. I made sure to, put myself first. Love myself enough to actually withdraw from that appreciative um mentality, so that I can stop being hurt. So self love was something that had to come forward. And that was one of the things that the chapter of the Quran helped me with, because God was literally saying that, look, I am giving you things that would help you thrive. I love you enough for that. So why should you love yourself less and put yourself in a situation where you will not be able to thrive, when I that created you is giving you what would help you thrive, or is putting you in a situation that would help you thrive? So I was like, okay, all right, self-love. And the last thing that I did was that I let go. It was hard because I didn't want to I didn't want to seem like somebody that did not appreciate what this person did for me, or the place that this person covered me in. I didn't want to seem like that person. But then I had to think that I can't be putting what other people will think about me at the forefront of loving myself. So I had to let go. Of course, by the time I was walking away from this relationship, I had a discussion with this person. I spoke about things at length, things from my mind at length, and how I expressed how I appreciated this person. But continuing with that relationship was something that I was not going to do. Was it hard? Yes. But before I got to the point where I had a conversation with this person, I had sat down, I had thought, there had been a lot of things that happened before, I got to this point. But I got to that point eventually, and I broke free. So it is something that is possible. It is something that you can do with God's help. God is there to help you. God will help you. But just make that decision that you want to walk away from this toxic relationship, and you will. You will be able to do so. So here comes the end of this video. Until God speaks again, I will see you. Bye.